Welcome to Wang Vision Institute. I'm Dr. Ming Wang. You know, the lives of so many of our patients, some of whom come from various different parts of the world, has been so dramatically changed that we feel so fortunate that here at the Wang Vision Institute, we have the technology. We have been involved in the research development of the new technologies that can restore vision in so many of our patients who otherwise have no hope for vision. And we have introduced the world's first next generation three-dimensional technology, and also we have recently introduced Tennessee's first bladeless all-laser LASIK technology, which raised the safety standard of laser vision correction to an unprecedented height. Here I'd like to introduce to you some of our special patients, one of whom came from Estonia, a small country near Russia, and many other patients come from various different parts of the United States. And they will share with you their experience and the impact that the care that we have been able to give to them have changed their lives.
I've been blind all my life, and blind is a good word. We can use that word because I really just couldn't see. I don't know, the charts that they use to test your vision, those didn't work for me. I couldn't see the E. So when I was little, road signs, I could see the blur on the side of the road, but I had no idea what they were for. Headlights on cars. When there's two headlights up close, but in the car at night, all I saw were big round globes, so my life was a little different. I felt like they were good eyes, they just didn't work, So at any rate, things can get worse real easily, if you don't do your research and do things right. And so we've been studying it for years and years and years. And we moved here from Mobile, Alabama. We moved here to Nashville, and we discovered Dr. Wang, and we came to one of his seminars. And that was one of the first things that we heard him say, was that bad things can happen if you don't do it right and do your research. He encouraged everybody to check, to do their homework, to read statistics on all the physicians and everything else, and to just load up with the knowledge that we needed to feel comfortable. But we also felt and heard in him a need within himself to actually do the right thing for people and take care of people. He's a very nurturing man, and many physicians are nurturing just by the nature of what they do. But there are those that just go beyond their actual work and really care. Those people are special, and I think Dr. Wang is one of those. And it wasn't that he just made me feel better, it's just that I felt better because he was who he was. And so we made the decision, and I got my nerve together, and we came down, and it was the best decision. Well, one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life. I was scared to death in surgery, but he talked to me, and he told me everything that was going to happen ahead of it happening, and so I knew when something happened exactly what it was, and so I was okay with it. It was all done. He says, blink 3 times, and I knew it was done, and it was unbelievable. And even at that point, I was able to see somewhat. But he was holding a bottle of tears, refreshing tears or something like that, and explaining to me about these things and what I was going to have to do. And I was reading the label on that bottle without glasses. I had trouble reading labels on bottles with glasses. I mean, it was just magnificent. And I was so happy. I cried all the way out. I asked him, I said, it's okay to cry, I hope. He says, oh yeah, it's good for you. Because I was just ecstatic. And I have been ever since. This was one of my favorite pair of glasses. And these, I used to have a pair of glasses in the glove compartment and a pair of glasses in almost every room of the house, and everywhere I went, I was going to have an extra pair of glasses. People just don't understand how important it is and how dependent a person is on their glasses. But I don't need them anymore.
Over 100 physicians from around the world came to Nashville recently to attend the National Eye Conference hosted by Dr. MIng Wang, who taught and demonstrated a revolutionary new technology, bladeless, all-laser LASIK. It eliminates the use of any surgical knife in a LASIK procedure. To find out if this exciting new technology can help improve your vision, visit drmingwang.com or call Wang Vision Institute at 321-8881.
A couple of years ago, a friend mentioned to me about having laser surgery on her eyes, and I told her she was crazy, that, you know, you don't let anybody cut on your eyes. And but I'd been seeing commercials and seeing, you know, that seemed like, okay, they're getting the technique down, I'm getting a little bit more confidence in it, but I'll put it off and put it off, in which I think I would have continued to put it off. But my grandson was born, and the first time I looked at him, I had to have my reading glasses on to be able to see him clearly. And so that's when I decided that I was going to do something about it. I'd heard about Dr. Wang for some time as far as commercials on the radio, and I'd seen advertisements in the newspaper. So I started pulling up information about Dr. Wang, anything I could find on the internet, and I was really impressed with everything I read. I know you can't believe everything you read, so I started asking around to see if anyone was familiar with the work that Dr. Wang had performed, and I started hearing good things, and so it got to be that time, and so that's who I made my appointment with, and because I'd looked at other places to go, and it was just almost immediate no. I decided not to, but to go with Dr. Wang. From reading about Dr. Wang, I could read a lot of passion in what they were saying about him. And I was hoping that when I met him, I would also see that. But I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this man sees all these people all day long. He does this all day long. I really didn't expect to see it at the time. But when I met him, it was like I was the first person that could have walked in that day. And he was just so excited to talk to me and explain the procedure to me. And I left with a lot of confidence, looking forward to having the surgery. The first night was kind of bad because you had to keep the dark glasses on. You were supposed to sleep and keep your eyes closed, and that's really hard for me to do. But I did. I followed his orders and continuously put the eye drops in. So the next morning when I woke up, I asked my husband, I said, pick something out of the newspaper, let me see if I can read it. And he found the smallest print that he could find in the newspaper, and I looked at him, I'm like, oh no. But when I looked down, I was able to read it to him, so I was elated. Definitely just come in and have the eye test. The staff is absolutely wonderful that works with you. And once you have the eye test and you meet Dr. Wang, then you can kind of make your own decision. But if I can be an influence to you, I would like to go ahead and push you over to that side, the positive side that would make you go ahead and do it, because I have had absolutely no regrets. It's been great to be able to pick up the newspaper in the morning and read it, go to work and never put my glasses on, because I used to wear them around my neck, except for when I was asleep all the time.